Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to another fantasy log here on the League of Opinionated Gentlemen. I am James Phoenix. He's Jeff.
What's up?
All right. We're here to do the usual. We're going to do Raw, SmackDown 205. We're going to recap it. We're going to score it. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for some slight changes to our formatting next week. News will still be on Friday per the usual. But for our scoring video next Saturday, which will be at the usual time and on the usual day, I apologize for the delay this week. That's on me. We're going to mix it up a little bit because while I will continue doing Raw, we're actually going to have participation from our other members. Tiff will be handling SmackDown, and Jeff will be doing 205 Live, so everybody's going to have a little piece of it to contribute to.
And Jim will still be the secretary.
Yes, I'll still be keeping track of all the scores on the document and double-checking them to make sure that they're correct.
And Jim will still be doing all the recaps.
Yes, and I'll be still reading the things that happen. So, there we go. Let's start off by going and checking out the scores as they stood last week. Hit this share button here. There we go. So, as you can see, in the lead was me, the Woken Warriors at 34-24, followed by Jeff, now I'm going to go over here and scroll the thing up. The Glorious TNA Perosu Club Originals. At 31-66, and Tiff is over here in last at 28-82 with the Legit Rowdy Architects.
By the way, I didn't ask you off the air. I may as well ask you here because it is relevant. When you were speaking with Tiff, did you mention to her how WWE just completely raped her roster last week?
I did not.
Oh, I feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
Because they took two big people completely off her roster. For one, effectively the rest of this entire season. The other, we have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So for a second, how many points does Randy have anyway? I'm curious.
128.
I'm sorry, Tiff. That's a lot of points. He's been doing stuff.
That's how Rollins has 433.
Rollins has a belt. There's a difference. Also, Seth freaking Rollins. Screw off, Randy.
How
much does Big Cass have? He probably has quite a bit because he's been doing a lot too. Huh?
He's got 65 points.
Yeah, that's okay, but yeah.
Going over to the leaderboards.
Yeah.
Let's put this in leaderboard mode. There we go.
But she has local talent crusher Andrade Cien Almas.
She does.
Apparently, that's all he's good for on the main roster.
So far. Anyway,
with Orton being out for the rest all the way until SummerSlam, they may have him step up and do something.
Maybe.
We can only hope. Anyway, continue.
And he could be the next elite superstar to spend 4 months getting kicked in the balls by Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'd be okay with that. Because I have Shinsuke Nakamura.
Anyway, Seth freaking Rollins, the IC champ, is at the top at 433. He's followed by the US champ Jeff Hardy at 333. Who is in turn followed by Braun Strowman, the Monster Among Men, at 291. Woken Matt Hardy clocking in at 218, followed by Finn Balor at 217. AJ Styles is at 210. Bray Wyatt at 193. Carmella also tied at 193.
The women's champ.
That's Woken Matt and Bray, the Raw Tag Team champs, of course, and AJ Styles, the WWE champion. Carmella, the SmackDown Women's champ, is at 193, tied with Bray. Drew Gulak is at 186 from the Cruiserweight division, and rounding out the top 10 is Kevin Owens at 179. And if we count Bray and Carmella as one for being tied, then that means that Daniel Bryan also makes the top 10 at 178.
Also, Drew Gulak, who appropriately is on your roster because he should be your new favorite superstar of all time.
Okay.
You don't watch Up, Down, Down, do you?
Not regularly, no. I should watch it more.
You need to watch Up, Down, Down, 2 of the latest episodes where he finally had Drew Gulak on for Superstar Save Point, 2 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's basically you if you were a WWE superstar.
Okay.
He's a Disney and Power Rangers fan.
Nice.
He's literally you without the mustache. He should now be your new favorite superstar of all time. They literally spent the day Wait, I think? I know he talks about Power Rangers. Did he talk about Disney? Because I know they were playing like Battletoads. Yeah, because he was the. I think because he was the one that oh, what's his face? That Xavier Woods was talking to about that Xavier Woods had this theory that he believed that Gaston was the good guy in Beauty and the Beast.
It's a good theory,
which we can go into later. But yeah, when he was like, you know, like Power Rangers stuff, like he's all into Power Rangers, and they were geeking out over like JDF and shit because, you know, JDF has been on the show and stuff. I'm just like, wow, this should be Jim's new favorite wrestler of all time. It's him and Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano is the other Disney guy. Because he's the one that played like Disney games and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Johnny Wrestling.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. He's the Disney guy. Gulak is the Power Rangers guy. So
okay.
You should love the hell out of them. But I think Gulak was the one. I could be wrong, but I think he was the. No, it was Johnny Gargano that he was talking to about Beauty and the Beast. But he was talking Power Rangers with Gulak.
I will watch that episode and we're done then.
Yeah.
All right. So let's throw these guys in order and let's see what happened this week. Did you see any programming this week?
I'm trying to remember if I saw anything. I don't remember.
Well, we will find out.
Talking about it, I'll probably start remembering stuff.
Most likely.
Oh, I did. I did see one thing. The worst thing I have ever seen.
Oh, what was that?
The thing that basically made Bailey This Is Your Life look halfway decent.
Okay.
The thing that the guy that was doing it obviously did not want to be there and hated every moment of it. I'm talking, of course, about Bobby Lashley. These are your clearly male with mustache sisters.
We'll get there.
You could tell Sammy did not want to be there. He was not happy whatsoever. And those sisters, like, one of them didn't even try. Like I said, mustachy voice, he didn't even try. But we'll get to it. Because my favorite wrestling, I guess, YouTube show, web show of all time, Wrestle Talk TV, go check them out. Go support them because they're awesome. They pointed some stuff out with that. And it's like, if you're going to play it the way you tried to play it, you did it wrong. I was like, yeah, you're kind of right about that. But we'll get to that.
We will. But we're going to open Raw with Kurt Angle.
He sucks. He sucks.
By the way, Raw is coming from the Times Union Center in Albany, New York, which is, fun fact for the people at home, the arena in which I saw Raw in the one and only wrestling live show that I've ever been to. And that was, let's see here. I actually have the tickets pinned to my board over here. That was exactly 10 years ago this year.
Nice.
Although that was back in April that they were in that arena that year. It was the day before my birthday.
And you didn't decide to go to Raw there this year for the 10-year anniversary?
I did not occur to me it was a 10-year anniversary until I just looked at the tickets.
Oh. Well, you failed, good sir.
Yeah, well, even if I had, I don't have time off of work to go do this shit.
I suppose.
Killing me. Anyway. So, Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Yep.
He comes out, runs down what's in store for the women's division coming up, including Ronda challenging Nia for the women's title. But he's interrupted by Stephanie.
Oh, I did see this part.
Who proceeds to come out as the fans chant, "You tapped out." She admits that she did indeed tap out, but that she's put all that behind her. There's no hard feelings for any of it.
It should also be noted, she's completely no-selling the fact that Ronda Rousey, broke her arm 2 times.
That was weeks ago. Nobody remembers that.
Well, people called her on it. They're like, the least you could have done was come out in, a brace or something to show that your arm is healing, but it's you're not no-selling that shit. But she, just completely no-sold Ronda, and it's just wow, fuck you, Steph.
Anyway, she talks Kurt about his performance, accusing him of letting his emotions get in the way the last few weeks, specifically in regards to Roman Reigns. And she said that she is going to personally preside over the contract signing later tonight.
Mm-hmm.
She begins cutting a promo on Kurt for his emotions in Roman Reigns, but with that, Roman interrupts. Coach emphasizes that his word for the first hour of Raw is interrupt. So fucking stupid. Anyway, Reigns steps in and somebody says that he needs to stop letting his Samoan temper get the better of him. But then they're interrupted by Kevin Owens, who comes out thanking Reigns for taking out Jinder Mahal, saying he completely understood why he would do that, and that Jinder had that coming.
Mm-hmm.
And appreciates that he took Jinder out so he could get a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match and in the qualifier, and then go on to win it and get a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
He says that he actually likes. He says that unlike most people, he actually likes and appreciates Roman Reigns, and tries to lead the crowd to thank you, Roman champ, but they don't go for it.
Mm-hmm. That should tell you how hated Roman Reigns is in the WWE, among the WWE universe. When not even Kevin Owens can get people to chant for him. Because Kevin Owens is so over, he can get the crowd to chant literally anything, but apparently not for Roman Reigns.
Mm.
So, yeah, when KO can't get you over, you know they done fucked you up, dude.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. So, Kevin starts sucking up to Stephanie and leans on her arm and shit. Oh, Stephanie tells her never to touch her and tells him never to touch her again. But he was wondering about one thing. She does do what's best for business and does not play favorites. So Owens and Reigns are going to settle their issues in the ring right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, promo to KO and Roman.
Yeah. I'm sad because I literally got like no points the entire fucking show. At least I'm fairly certain I didn't. Unless I got some inconsequential ones.
All right.
So you're giving the promo points to Roman and KO. Jim, hello. Jim? Either you're silent or your headset is not working.
We got it. They got their points.
Okay, where the hell were you?
The headset did the thing. Anyway, Owens takes on Roman. And the match ends in a no contest.
Mm-hmm.
As first Jinder Mahal and then Seth Rollins run out and interfere in the match.
Yeah.
Resulting in the thing getting rebooked into a tag team match planned during the commercial break.
Mm. Right.
All right, so we're going to score the first match first and the second match second. So the first match ended in a DQ. A DQ on Kevin Owens for Jinder's interference.
Interference to Jinder and to Seth.
Well, Jinder's interference ended the match. Seth's interference was post-match, technically.
So he would just get post-match beatdown instead of interference then?
Correct.
Okay.
So, let's see here. So Jinder with the interference. All right. Wait, what did I just do? No, wait. That should be 127. I could add. There we go. And then Seth gets beat down. Salt for Seth. 7. Okay. And so, let's see here. Oh, Kevin Owens gets an unintentional DQ loss, which means he doesn't get any points for that. So Kevin Owens just gets 5 points for being in the match, and 3 on moves is 7.
Which means he gets an unintentional DQ win? Because didn't Jinder attack Roman Reigns?
Yes, which means Roman wins.
No, yeah.
Duh.
Sorry.
Because let me tell you, if your opponent could get attacked and you would win the match, that would happen a lot more often.
This is true. All right. So Reigns, I assume, also did no moves and just gets, hey, thanks for coming into the match points.
No, Reigns had 3 moves.
Oh.
So Reigns will get 5 points here. He gets an unintentional DQ loss. So nothing there. So just 5 for competing, and the 3 moves is 7 to Roman.
Unintentional DQ win.
Huh?
Roman won the match.
Yeah.
You said loss.
Okay, fine. It's still 7 points.
Yes.
Okay. So during the commercial break, this gets rearranged into a tag team match play of Kevin Owens and Jinder Mahal versus The Shield.
That match is next.
Yes. And The Shield win that match via a reversal of a pop-up powerbomb into a super kick and a curb stomp. So Rollins and Roman win that match. So Owens and Mahal will each get 5 points for being in the match. Mahal didn't hit any moves as far as I could tell, so Mahal's just going to get 5 points.
Fair.
And KO is going to get the 5. Plus 1 is 6 to KO. 7. And Roman Reigns is going to get 15 points for being on the winning team and 5 for competing. Is 20 points to Roman. Puts Roman at 205 live. And the top 10.
And the top 10.
What's that?
I said, and the top 10.
That's what I just said.
I know. I was repeating what you were saying.
No need, but okay. Seth freaking Rollins gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and a total of 11 moves is 36 points to Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay, then.
Says 66.
Admittedly, the sequence at the end of that match was pretty good.
Yeah.
I did see the end of it. Did you catch the ending sequence of that?
Yeah, I saw it, but I don't totally remember it.
Where basically Seth went for the curb stomp and KO rolled out of the way, tried to go for the pop-up. Seth countered it into that super kick thing that he does where he kicks him in like the legs, and then he curb stomped him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of cool.
It was. I remember that now. Anyway, so there we go. After the match, Jinder comes out. Jinder leaves, but then as the Shield are retreating, Jinder comes back and assaults them both with a chair.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Touch Jinder with a beatdown and a weapon use. 7 extra points to Jinder. Next, we get a quick look back at Bobby Lashley's interview about his sisters. And then Sami Zayn. You may take it away.
Yeah, Sammy was uncomfortable from the start. He comes out and he talks about, the Bobby Lashley promo from the previous week, the whole talking about his sisters, and rags on him about that. He's like, well, I said I was going to invite Bobby's sisters to the ring. I was going to invite Bobby's sisters here this weekend. They are in fact here, so let's bring them down to the ring. And the minute they come walking down the ring, you could just see literally everything drain out of Sammy's face, despite the fact there wasn't much of it to begin with because he knew what was coming. But then he was just like, wow, this is incredibly fucking stupid. Because literally it's 3, I think, indie wrestlers probably in drag. One of them clearly has a mustache. It's like they're not even trying at this point. As some people pointed out, who the fuck wrote this, came up with this shit? What, did they let Vince Russo back on the staff? Because this seems like some Russo shit from the 90s. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Because they literally got in the ring, they got mics, and he's like, they're going to tell the truth about Bobby Lashley. But, it's almost like Sammy was just going through the motions and was like not giving a shit. He wasn't jubilant. He didn't have his usual energy. Like, it was obvious he just gave 0 fucks. He was he was basically pulling a Daniel Bryan. He was at the I give 0 fucks about WWE phase at this point. And it was clear that everybody involved in this gave 0 fucks, because when they started talking, the sisters, quote unquote, 2 of them tried to do the high-pitched voice. The one with the mustache, the one that looked like Jim, gave no fucks and just spoke normally. And the biggest problem with this, as was pointed out by the people from Wrestle Talk, again, Ollie and Luke, go check them out. All credit to them for this observation, but it makes sense, because if you think about it from the standpoint of comedy, you're having 2 of them with the high-pitched voice. You have the one who's not going to even go for it and go deep. That's a classic comedy routine. The problem is the way WWE had it set up just fell completely flat and didn't work, because normally in that routine, you have the 2 people who are dedicated to the bit go first with the high-pitched voice, and then it's the third person. The final person is the one that gives no fucks and goes completely straight. The way that WWE did it is they went high-pitched voice, regular voice, high-pitched voice. That ruins the gag, setting it up in that order. So not only was the bit stupid to begin with, but they couldn't even get the comedic timing down properly. It's like, come on. If you can't even be bothered to do the comedy part right, why even bother with this? It's stupid from the beginning. And then what they had Bobby Lashley do made it even more stupid when he came out and interrupted. Because they had Bobby Lashley play it up like he didn't really care, and that, he's like, okay, yeah, this is kind of funny, blah, blah, blah. Whereas, and again, credit to Wrestle Talk for this, because they're absolutely right. What they should have done when they, in the back, when they realized, oh, Sammy really doesn't give a fuck. This is incredibly fucking stupid. The crowd just doesn't care, doesn't like this. What they should have done is, before Bobby even went out there, they should have turned to Bobby and said, Bobby, this thing's kind of tanking, so fuck your bit. Just go out there and destroy the indie wrestlers. Just fucking destroy them and go after Sami Zayn. Like, just have him say no words and just have him be the beast that he is supposed to be. Because Bobby Lashley's entire gimmick and the entire reason people were excited for him to come back to WWE, it's because he's this big, imposing dude that's basically Brock Lesnar light that will go out there and wreck your face. He's not a guy that's supposed to talk. He's a guy that's supposed to go out there and just fucking punch you and suplex your ass. And the fact that they had him go out there and talk and try to get the bit over, that just killed it even more. He should have just come out disgusted at everything and just went completely after the 3 sisters, destroyed them, and then go after Sami Zayn. that would have halfway salvaged the bit, but they didn't do that. They had him come out and try to actually sell the bit, and that just made it worse. And this goes down as definitely the worst bit of the year so far. It is on my loggies. I'm telling you that right now. I added that immediately after I saw that. I was like, nope, that's going on the awards list. And I would even go so far to say is probably this is the worst segment I've ever seen in WWE. Like as I alluded to at the beginning of this broadcast, I think it's worse than Bayley, This Is Your Life, because at least Alexa tried to salvage it. At least she was interested in it. At least, she didn't start it and go through the whole thing giving no fucks like Sami Zayn did, where Sami Zayn knew this was stupid and wanted nothing to do with it. Alexa at least tried to make it entertaining. And because of that, this is definitely the worst bit I've ever fucking seen in WWE. And I've seen a lot because I started watching in the middle of the Attitude Era, in the middle of the Russo era. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
What did you think of the bit?
Yeah, it was really stupid.
But
I will say that Bobby came out there pretending to play nice like he's a nice guy. Does fit in with the previous week with his interview with Renee Young, where they established this new character as a fucking serial killer.
Yeah, well.
I'm sorry, that was worse than this. Because that was just awkward and creepy. More on that in last week's video.
It was awkward and creepy, but it wasn't stupid. There's a difference between awkward and creepy and just what the fuck stupid. Because at least with that setup, you could have done something with it. With the setup, they could have done something and actually had a decent payoff. But when this becomes the payoff, it's just like, wow, this is even worse than the setup because at least the setup was decent.
Yeah.
Because as I pointed out last week, there were people who actually liked it and who thought it was a pretty good promo and actually worked fairly well to set stuff up. Whereas this had nobody that liked it. Everybody hated it, including the person involved with it. It's like, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Now, word warning, by the way, if anybody's wondering, the reason that this was 3 men in drag, in case anybody hadn't put 2 and 2 together yet, is because they needed Bobby to beat them up, and they don't have men assault women on this show.
But they had a perfect in to use it without having Bobby really beat them up. Because they established in the previous promo how Bobby would torment his sisters. And they came out with that stuff. He could just do that and not really beat them up. Like, he could take the broomstick and, like, swat her in the ass or something, right? Take the fucking, like, towel thing and do the thing and just have them torment the sisters instead of beating them up. Why does everything have to go straight to beat them up? I think that was their biggest fallacy, was that he has to beat them up. No, have them torment them. Have it basically, and I think it would have, for a storyline, that would have been, like, actually interesting of having Sami Zayn call Bobby Lashley out on really being kind of mean and tormenting stuff, and Bobby being like, no, it's all fun, blah, blah, blah. The sisters come out, and he comes out and does it anyway. It's kind of vindication to Sami, and it furthers the storyline because, like, see, I told you, Bobby Lashley is mean to women. It would be a storyline, as opposed to,
yeah, it would be
have to have Bobby completely physically beat them up, so let's make the men in drag. It's like, really?
In all fairness, that does make the bit funnier, but yeah, but the problem is, you get to, his character is his. But the problem is, in the Me Too era, you can't push a K-pop character that's a woman abuser. That's not going to get over.
But the thing is, they'd be playing it off like a big brother fucking with his sisters, as you do. Because I'm sorry, if you're really going to, if people are really going to get hung up over an older brother fucking around with his sisters like that, then, man, you got other issues. Because I have never had any sisters or any brothers, but I know people who have, and that happens with every brother-sister relationship. where one of the siblings fucks with the other one and will like just tease him and torment him and fucking swat him with broomsticks and shit. That shit happens.
Yeah, when you're 5, not when you're 30.
I don't know.
Well, we're both only children, so we're not going to have that conversation. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Moving along. Promo to Sami Zayn and promo and assault to Lashley.
Yeah. Also, if you're going to do this, make sure you get 3 guys that can actually wrestle. Because I don't know if you noticed, but the one guy that Bobby was supposed to throw over the ropes could not jump high enough to go over the top rope.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. At least get the wrestling part right. You're a goddamn wrestling show. How do you fail at the wrestling? The one thing you should get right. Yeah, it was just bad from start to finish. It was fucking terrible. I feel so bad for Sami Zayn. He did not deserve that.
I feel bad for those indie dudes.
I don't. They actually got a paycheck.
Yeah, really. I think that's gonna work. Oh, you want to work for me to be my my new top superstar here on this this indie league? What's your claim to fame? I dressed as a woman on Raw and got beat up by somebody once. Yeah, that's gonna go over great. And then he watches you and you can't even throw yourself over the top rope properly.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't feel sorry for the guy. I just don't think he should have ever been put in that situation if he couldn't even do that, right?
Anyway, Sami Zayn.
Like I said, they made a WWE paycheck and they have a foot in the door now. So I can't really feel that bad for them. I feel a little bad that they got saddled with that, but at the same time, there's a lot of good that could come out of that. Because for all you know, these guys are like in developmental, have developmental contracts, and it's like, now we're going to put you on the main show to actually let you do something, and then we're going to train you some more. And it's like, well, getting more exposure is always good, bad or otherwise. When you're not even in NXT yet, having actual main roster exposure or pay-per-view exposure is always good.
Uh-huh.
So, but we'll see.
Tell that to James Ellsworth.
Hey, he loved to sign in WWE, and because of all the exposure he got, that's why he went into the Indies and became a goddamn champion. If he hadn't gotten the exposure on WWE, I don't think he ever would have been that champion.
Yeah, but it's an intergender title. He had to invent an intergender title and wrestle women.
The one that he got? I thought it was an actual championship that was already there, and he just went and challenged for it.
No, I'm not sure. Let's find out.
Because I can't remember who he was. He was feuding with somebody of note, and I was like, oh, really? Okay.
All right, let's see. I do love how the picture on his profile page is him just laying on the mat after being slammed there by like Braun Strowman or somebody. That's fun. Yeah. Anyway, let's see here. He's actually won a number of championships.
Mm-hmm.
A number of tag team titles. He held a tag team title with Gilbert.
He had a tag team? Because I know. Oh, that was it. Because I think he actually had a feud with Gilbert for some like heavyweight title or some shit.
Because he and Gilbert were the Adrenaline Championship, tag team champions at one point from Adrenaline Championship Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
He was the Covey Promotions Cruiserweight Champion, won the Destiny Wrestling Cobra Cup, First State Championship Wrestling Tag Titles, the GTS Tag Titles, the ICW High Stakes Championship, the MCW Cruiserweight Title, the PPW Tag Team Titles. Most of these are with Adam Ugly, by the way. 3-time UCW Heavyweight Champion in Undisputed Championship Wrestling, although the citation's needed on that, among other things. But yes, he is the current World Intergender Champion.
Fair enough.
And he intends to defend it all over the world.
Fair enough.
You can book him by emailing bookellsworth@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
All right. Anyway, we see some more footage of Nia challenging Roddy again because that doesn't get boring. And then Renee interviews Alexa in the back about Ember Moon. Alexa says that the element of surprise is the greatest weapon, and Alexa didn't even know who Ember Moon was last week. She's out, and she's going to have a match with Ember Moon next.
Fair.
Promo to Alexa. Alexa has a one-on-one match with Ember Moon, and Ember Moon wins said match, despite Mickie James being in Alexa's corner.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense, as they're probably trying to push Ember Moon. So.
Yep.
That is fair.
Yep. So Mickie gets accompaniment and interference. 11 points to Mickie. Alexa gets 5 points for competing. And one move is 6 points to Alexa. And Ember Moon gets 20 for winning a match. 5 for competing is 25. And 2 moves is 27 points to Ember Moon.
Fair.
Yes. 7 and 7 is 64. All right. Next, Stephanie's is backstage when Finn Balor walks in, and then Braun Strowman. They're looking for Kurt Angle. Stephanie says that it was Kurt's office, but he was nice enough to let her borrow it for the night. And she says she's made a few changes, including a photo of Vince on display.
Mm-hmm.
They want a rematch against Dolph and Drew, but Stephanie doesn't seem receptive to that idea. Reminds him that they're going to be against each other at Money in the Bank, and says that Balor should blame Strowman for their loss last night, and books the two of them in a one-on-one match. Braun Strowman then crushes an apple that he's holding in his hand.
I want competition.
I guess.
No, that's literally what it said, something along the lines of that. Like, I want competition, or I love competition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The weirder part was when he took a bite and then said he spat in the face of people who didn't want to be cool.
That's funny. I would pay to see that.
All right. So promo to Balor and Strowman. Let's see. Braun Strowman gets 5. That's 296. Okay. Next up, we have a one-on-one match between No Way Jose and Baron Corbin.
No way. Rose.
Yes, Baron Corbin wins this match via an end of days. So Jose had no moves, so Jose gets 5 points for congaing down to the ring.
End of Rose. No? Okay.
No. Baron Corbin gets 20 for winning. He gets 5 for competing. And 5 move points isn't even 30 points to Baron Corbin. It's 120. All right. Next up, we come back to Kurt Angle, who's attempted to get cell service.
Mm-hmm.
But he's interrupted by Chad Gable. who inquires about the possibility of being in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. But then Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler walk up and talks about how they beat Balor and Strowman last week and that they'd love to do it again, but those decisions are above Angle's pay grade now. They make more jokes about Angle not having his own office anymore, and then mock Chad Gable too, but Gable says they aren't as special as they think they are. Drew and Gable get in each other's faces, so Angle gets between them and says they can settle it out in the ring. Drew and Ziggler walk off, and Angle calls them jackasses. So, that's a promo to Chad, Drew, and Dolph.
Yep.
Let's see. We see a promo from Breezango making fun of the B team's custom T-shirts. And they say they're going to prove that there's only room for one B team on Monday Night Raw.
I suppose we shall see about that, huh?
Promo to Fandango.
Fandango.
And Tyler Breeze. And we then go to the ring for that match of the B team versus Breezango. The B team are still coloring the bees on their shirts as they come out. And Axel starts off and goes out with Breeze for a while. Axel was at a group with Dallas. Back in the ring, they make a tag to Axel, and he gets dropped by Breeze for a 2. Fandango comes in, and they double team Bo Dallas. But they double team Axel, but Axel gets the tag. And Fandango ends up getting double teamed, which ends up leading to Axel scoring a pinfall on Fandango out of nowhere.
Okay, then.
So, straight win in a row for the B team.
Okay, then.
The B team are getting pushed. How about that?
Apparently.
So, Breezango each get 5 points for showing up. In fact, nobody got any moves in this match. There were no moves.
Wow.
There was nothing. This was just a quick nothing match. So, Breeze gets 5. 3. And Fandango gets 5. 58. Let's see. Axel was the legal man, I think. Yeah. So Bo Dallas will get 15 points for being on the winning team and 5 for competing. It's 20 points to Bo Dallas. And then Curtis Axel gets 20, and 5 is 25 for being in and winning the match. 135. Okay. After the match, the B team go wild, celebrating all the way up the ramp. They celebrate their way over to the announce table, high-fiving people and laying all over the table, and are very, very excited.
Well, yay for them.
Yes. All right. Stephanie comes out to the ring for the aforementioned Women's Championship contract signing. She says the world was shocked by Nia's challenge heard around the world. It's only heard around the world because you won't stop playing it.
Yeah, right.
Ronda hypes up the title match, then introduces the champion first. Nia comes out, then Ronda. She says that there are...
Yes.
Stephanie tries to instigate heat between them by saying there are women more deserving than Ronda of a title match, and eventually bringing up people calling Nia lazy. Nia gets up and says she's tired of people always calling her lazy and declares she will beat Ronda at Money in the Bank. She signs the contract. Ronda then signs and stands up, moves the table aside, and then goes to shake Nia's hand. And Nia shakes, and Ronda says she's going to take both the women's title and Nia's arm. They step closer and have a stare down as we go to commercial. That's right, folks. A contract signing without an assault. Holy shit. So it's a promo to Ronda and Nia.
Well, I can tell you why there wasn't an assault.
Why?
Because there's no feud there.
Yeah.
It literally came out of nowhere. Like, the challenge wasn't even made on WWE TV. That's why there was no assault. There's literally no feud. So there's no point to an assault.
Huh. They could have put Stephanie through the table.
Again, there's no feud there.
Ronda and Stephanie.
Twice. What more does she have to prove?
She does, but Stephanie's over there trying to be a bitch and saying people are more trying to instigate shit. I put her through a table just for fun.
Yeah, but she's not wrong. That's the thing. I mean, Ronda herself basically said that before Mega. She was like, well, I don't really deserve this shot. I haven't earned it. And fucking Charlotte came up and was like, accept it, accept it, accept it. So you kind of can't go off on Stephanie for basically telling the truth and instigating nothing.
That's fair. All right. So anyway, then we go to our next match, which is Chad Gable versus Dolph Ziggler. And McIntyre gets accompaniment.
Mm-hmm. Then I get completely fucked out of points.
Ziggler wins. So Gable, we had 5 for competing. And 4 moves is 9 points to Gable. Dolph Ziggler gets 20 for winning, and 5 for competing is 25, and 6 moves is 31 points to Dolph.
Mm-hmm.
87, 97, 07, 217. All right. After the match, Drew hits the ring and hits a Claymore kick on Gable, and they stand tall over his body. So that's a move point to Drew.
So what's the over and under on the return of American Alpha?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Because he is supposed to be back sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right.
Next, we have the Women's Money in the Bank qualifier, or a Women's Money in the Bank qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fatal 4-way between Dana Brooke, Natalya, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. And the story of the match was, of course, that the Riot Squad members were working together.
Mm-hmm.
And basically tried to use the numbers game against both Dana and Natalya. They pretended like they were going to fight at one point, but then they didn't. And they just beat up Natalya some more, but this came back to bite them in the ass as Logan ends up getting tapped out to a sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
Thus moving Natalya on to the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Mm.
All right. So let's see what we got here.
Mm-hmm.
Natalya's the only one who had moves. And the base for this match, let's see, it's a specialty, so that's going to be 8 as a base for this. So 8 points to the 3 ladies that aren't Natalya.
Mm-hmm.
As Dana Brooke. And Liv Morgan. And Sarah Logan.
Yep.
Okay. And then Natalya will get 20 points for winning. 10 for winning a specialty match is 30. The base 8 is 38. And yeah, 38 and 3 moves. It's 41 points to Natalya.
Okay then.
All right. Post-match, Natalya does a brief interview where she talks about training with Ronda Rousey and how great it's been and how it's going to be great because after Money in the Bank, Ronda will be the Raw Women's Champion and she will be Miss Money in the Bank. Promo to Natalya.
Which would be very interesting.
Indeed. And then, would you like to do the honors?
WWE Universe. Who wants to walk with Elias?
Correct. The crowd chants along with Elias to start. He takes credit for WWE stock being at an all-time record high, saying that it's just steadily gone up ever since he was hired. He takes some shots at Albany, of course.
Of course.
But Bobby Roode's music hits and he comes out for a match. But as Bobby slides in the ring, Elias assaults him before the bell rings. The referee has to separate them, check on Roode, and then the match actually starts. So Elias is going to open up with a promo and a pre-match assault.
Let's go, Bobby.
9 points to Elias. So the match kicks off. And Roode starts unloading on Elias. Elias comes back with a clothesline and tries to keep Roode grounded, but Roode comes back with a double R spine buster. Elias counters a DDT into a backdrop. Hits a knee, but Roode fires back with a kick. They keep going back and forth for a while. until Rude connects with a big swinging neckbreaker on Elias. It goes to the top rope. But Elias manages to jump up and hit the rope, causing Bobby Roode to land on his nuts. And he then gets pulled down into a drift away, giving Elias the victory.
God damn it.
So Bobby Roode gets 5 points for competing, and 2 moves is 7 points to Bobby Roode. Elias gets 20 points. 5 for competing is 25, and 4 moves is 29 more points to Elias. 55 and 9 is 164. Elias then heads up the ramp after the match, but before he can make it to the curtain, Braun Strowman charges out and levels Elias by running into him. Braun then heads down to the ring for his main event match against Finn Balor. So does Braun get an assault for knocking Elias down?
No.
Okay. So our main event is Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman. And despite putting up an immensely impressive fight, Finn Balor is unable to overcome the monster among men.
Yeah, I literally got like no points for the entire night. That's fucking bullshit.
Who wins off of not 1 but 2 running power slams. However, Finn Balor did earn Braun's respect, as after the match, Braun did go out of his way to pick Finn up and put him gingerly in the corner as a showing of respect. So, give him that. So Finn Balor is going to get 5 points for being in the main event. And he's going to get, 5 points for competing in a match. He's going to get 4 points for it being the main event is 9. And another 5 points for moves. It's 14 points to Finn. Is 236. And Braun gets 20 points for winning. He gets 9 for being in and winning the main event. It's 29. 5 for actually competing is 34. And then another 7 moves. It's going to put Braun at 41 points. Which is 97, which would then be 07, 17, 27, 337 for the Monster Among Men. And thus endeth Raw. Let us see where we're at.
Indeed.
Let's do a data refresh on that. All right. Still in the lead is me at 36.57. Followed by Jeff at 32.57. Exactly 400 points behind. And only a couple hundred points behind Jeff after a big catch-up this week is Tiff at 30.70.
Yeah, that's going to change with SmackDown. Because I'm all main event on SmackDown.
Yep. Anymore.
Speaking of the SmackDowns.
Yep, we'll get to that. Let me move these numbers over first.
Fair.
All right. But yeah, so let's move on to SmackDown.
Indeed.
Indeed. Came from the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. We are welcomed by the commentators, and we're informed that tonight we're going to find out the stipulation for the AJ Nakamura match at Money in the Bank. But more importantly, it's time to open SmackDown with the most must-see show in WWE history. Welcome to
Miz TV.
Miz TV. So, of course, everybody's been coming and tuning out for an announcement, and so I am here to officially make it the announcement you've all been waiting for. That's right, folks. Miz and Mrs. will be premiering on the USA Network in July, and he gives the exact date. I don't remember what the hell it is.
Uh-huh.
But in the meantime, we have another announcement. Let me introduce my guests for tonight. The New Day. So the New Day come out. They get in the ring. They come bearing pancakes and cereal.
Okay.
And they get in the ring. And Miz, they all have chairs, and Miz sits down opposite them and proceeds to interview them to try to find out, because you see, the New Day won a match last week on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
That means that one of their members will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Right.
But who? Who? Miz attempts to find out, to very little avail.
Mm-hmm.
And Miz, they basically mock Miz and don't reveal, but Miz says that none of them is ever going to succeed on their own outside of the New Day group. What's counteracts Miz by pointing out all that Miz has done, pointing out that Miz, you're a former world champion. You are arguably, an argument can be made that you are the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. You've been a tag team champion. You have your own reality show coming out, Miz and Mrs. Miz TV, the Marine franchise, movies. But despite all that, Miz, no one likes you. And that's because you put yourself first at other people's expense. And the Miz tries to get the New Day to reveal who they've picked by pointing out some of their various accolades. He points out that, look, Kofi has the experience. Kofi has been in half a dozen Money in the Bank matches, but at the same time, he's never won any of those. Maybe it's time for Kofi has the experience, but maybe it's time for someone else to step up. What about Big E? Big E's got the power, the speed. Big E's got everything it takes in the ring. But you know what's wrong with Big E is you don't take yourself seriously. And you're never going to get anywhere with that kind of an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
But a man who does take himself seriously is Xavier Woods. Xavier, you have a YouTube empire. 1.5 million subscribers on Up, Up, Down, Down. And Miz makes an argument that Xavier could go off with that kind of popularity. Xavier could go off on his own if he were to win the Money in the Bank ladder match.
And Miz also mentions Fortnite on WWE TV.
He does. He said, imagine playing Fortnite. And I don't play that game.
Yeah, he does not name it properly and then corrects himself.
Yeah. Well, imagine sitting there playing Fortnite with the Money in the Bank briefcase and invariably the WWE Championship. sitting there with you. Imagine the view counts.
Mm-hmm.
And asks who it's going to be. And, they argue back and forth for a while, but Miz freaks out saying he's sick of their games and their pancakes. And the New Day agrees it's got to be E, but not for Money in the Bank. That's who's going to fight the Miz tonight. And Miz says that if he doesn't get to learn who's going to be in the Money in the Bank match, he's not wrestling any of them tonight. The New Day then proceed to get up and individually begin throwing pancakes in Miz's face, yelling shame as the audience begins chanting shame along with them. The Miz then proceeds to exit the ring and leave. So promo to Miz and the New Day.
Fair. Did the New Day get assault with pancakes?
No, but pancakes are a foreign object.
Fair.
So, 8 points to the Miz. And step down on this end, Xavier. Get 5 for that. And let's see, 5 for promo and 3 for foreign object. Pancakes is 7 for each member of the New Day.
Ooh.
Okay. So Miz gets back into gorilla positions and runs immediately into General Manager Page. Who tells him that he opened his big mouth and now he has to insert his foot. Get back out there because you're having a match against Big E. Miz reluctantly does so. The Miz then has a match against Big E and proceeds to beat him with interference assistance from the Bar.
Fucking Bar.
Yep. Fucking Bar. Miz teaming with the Bar worked so well against the Shield. Let's try it again.
Right?
I guess he has no choice. He got dumped by his own Mr. Raj, so.
You mean the B team?
Yeah. Anyway. So, so the Bar and, for that matter, Woods and Kofi all get interference. So that's 6 points. So that would be 94. And Kofi. 7. And Sheamus. And Xavier. Meanwhile, Big E gets 5 for being in a match. And he gets 4 moves. It's 9 points to Big E. It's 107. The Miz gets 20 points for winning a match. He gets 5 for being in. It's 25. And 1 for the match-winning skull-crushing finale. It's 26 points to the Miz. Miz. $58 is 68. And 6 is 174.
Yep.
The Miz heads up the ramp as everybody else looks around. We see a look at the history between Cass and Bryan, and then see Cass complaining to an employee backstage about his injury.
Hey, he got TV time. How about that?
Yeah. So, that's 3 points to Cass for showing up.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to give it 5 because Tiff needs a point. Make it a full promo. Bryan is backstage. He warms up and does a brief interview, adding in relation to Cass that if you kick the hornet's nest, you get stung. All right. Aiden English then comes out and proceeds to introduce Lana, and Lynn leads the crowd in a Lana Day chant as she makes her entrance for her upcoming Money in the Bank qualifying match against Billie Kay.
Lana's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Lana wins in about 2 seconds.
Yep, thanks to distractions galore.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, you might end up with Mr. and Miss Money in the Bank.
Could be. Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank.
True. Well, they are, in fact, married. You're correct.
Yep. So, yes. So, the problem is I don't know exactly when the bell rang here. So, I don't know whether to count all the shit as interference or just to discount it as pre-match fluff.
Pre-match fluff. The actual match was literally Lana, like, hitting the fucking Bella Buster. That was about it.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough. Then it's accompaniment to Aiden English and Peyton Royce.
I'm fairly certain it was anyway. I'll take a look while you're scoring this thing. Let's see. YouTube.
YouTube.
Double E.
All right. So Billie Kay is going to get 5 points for competing in a match and nothing else.
Okay, where is... right. There it is. Okay. So apparently Aiden English, no longer bald, and he's apparently a rapper now.
Okay, then.
He literally started with a fucking rap.
Okay. Anyway. Lana gets 20 points for winning. She gets 5 for competing.
You need to give Aiden and the Iconics promo points.
Okay.
Because literally the entire rap thing was like an intro promo. It was kind of cool. And then the Iconics, when they came out, actually like made fun of like Aiden English and Lana and stuff at the stage. So they actually
That's right. I remember them doing that now.
Okay, no, the whole thing was interference because he rang the bell first.
God damn it.
Well, the match was so quick I couldn't remember if he actually rang the bell.
All right, 6 points to Aiden and Peyton.
Yeah. And I guess the Bella Buster is now Lana's finishing move?
That's
what it would seem like anyway.
Yep.
Just too bad because she had a good finishing move. I liked her finishing move because it showed like, strength and skill. You don't even care, even though she's on your roster.
Did it though?
Yeah, she had like a fisherman buster type thing. It was actually pretty cool. I was like, whoa, she has an actual wrestling move for a finisher. That's impressive. I liked her finishing move.
Yeah, the face buster is one of her finishers. The other one is still the sit out hammerlock spine buster.
Okay, because I've never seen her use the Bella Buster.
Apparently she has.
Fair.
She apparently adopted it from Brie.
That's why I call it the Bella Buster.
Yep. Anyway. So, all right, points awarded. Oh, except Lana. Did I give Billy points? I lost track because she got me going back and forth repeatedly.
Sorry.
I did give her points. Okay, then we just need Lana.
Fair.
So Lana gets 20 points for winning, 5 for competing, and 1 for the finisher. It's 26, 136 points. All right. Lana celebrates. We go to a pre-tape promo from Zelina Vega, who talks up Cien Almas. saying that he isn't getting his rightful opportunities and he is the future of SmackDown Live. And if he doesn't get what he deserves, he's going to have to take it.
Good luck with that.
And Andrade Almas. All right. Next, Breezango are in a CarMax commercial. That's fun.
Too bad they're on a different show.
Yeah. No, they're not.
Breezango, they're on Raw.
Yeah. Oh, this is SmackDown now. We moved over. I forgot. Yeah. All right, so Andrade almost beats up a local enhancement talent.
Because apparently that's his entire gimmick now is local talent crusher.
Well, they do that with new guys sometimes to get them over. Braun Strowman was a new talent crusher for months.
Yeah, but with him it makes sense because you're trying to put over the fact that he's this big unstoppable beast. Almas, no.
Oh, they're giving him the Vladimir Kozlov route. Remember that guy?
I do, but that's why he shouldn't be given that route because really, where did he go?
Yeah.
For the majority of his WWE career, he was nothing but a big joke.
He went to an awesome tea party with Santino, thank you.
And where did Santino end up? Again, most of his career, he was a big joke.
Hey, Santino's a future Hall of Famer.
Still a big joke.
Yeah. You don't have to be serious to be a Hall of Famer.
Try telling that to Lance Storm.
Yeah. I will just tell him, you don't believe me? I'm going to point to the Hall of Fame, and the guy in the Hall of Fame whose shtick was, I'm going to come to the ring with a parrot.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Quite. So, Zelina's going to get accompaniment. $30. And then Andrade's going to get 20 for winning, 5 for competing. It's 25. And 4 moves is 29 points to Almas. Let's see, 62 and 9 is 71. Bam. Next, we cut backstage to Carmella, who's wearing an Asuka mask. She calls the interviewer calls Dasha Fuentes a hater, just like everyone else. She mentions that she's beaten Charlotte twice, and Charlotte beat Asuka at WrestleMania. Therefore, she's twice as good as Asuka.
Okay, then.
It's simple math.
Carmella math.
Yes. No, Mella is money, and money is math. So. She says she sees through Asuka's tricks and will moonwalk right over her. Promo to Carmella.
Okay, then.
All right. Cut to Renee Young, who introduces AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
Clap, 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 clap. She then introduces Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nakamura.
Shitty rap. With the intent being that Nakamura is going to reveal the stipulation for the Money in the Bank championship match. Renee tells Nakamura he's earned the right to pick the stipulation, but AJ interrupts and demands Nakamura name it right now. Nakamura tells AJ to relax. Remember why I get to choose the stipulation. And he shows a replay of their match last week. AJ tells him to enjoy it because that'll never happen again. He says, "You be quiet. I won't just beat you. I will dishonor you. And you will never recover." Nakamura then jokingly says that the situation will be a pillow fight. AJ tells Nakamura he must be the king of soft style. Nakamura repeats he's going to deliver the knee to AJ's face. AJ says he doesn't care what the stipulation is because Nakamura can't beat him without cheap shots. Nakamura tries to throw a right hand, but AJ blocks it and hits Nakamura with a right hand of his own. They brawl out to the ringside timekeepers area, where Nakamura grabs a chair but misses on a swing, and AJ throws him over the barricade into the crowd. Then back to ringside, then leaps off a fan barricade, but AJ smacks him out of midair with the chair. Nakamura then hits a knee to the... Which reminds me, why isn't Smack a dude with a chair a fucking catch finisher?
You would think so. That should be like a catch. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like a cat, like if you're in the ring and there's a chair located in the ring or at least in your vicinity and you hit a catch finisher, you can grab the chair and hit the dude.
Yeah.
Get on that, 2K. Anyway,
more on that in a follow-up video. Probably in about a week or two.
Okay. Anyway, Nakamura gets thrown into the timekeepers. So anyway, he swats AJ out of the sky with a chair, then hits a knee to AJ's body, then slams him into the announce table, then hits a Kinshasa. Nakamura then counts to 10 as AJ lies at ringside, and the commentators are wondering what that's about until he grabs a microphone, stands on the announce table, and announces, "Last man standing."
He's not Triple H.
So, yes, we have the revelation. There will be a last man standing match.
Last man standing.
Clap, 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 clap. There are already predictions that this match will end like their previous, with both men kicking each other in the balls, but then AJ getting up and revealing that he was wearing a cup and winning the match. So, yeah, that's a promo to both men and an assault to both men. And Nakamura gets a finisher and a weapon use. So AJ will get 5 for the promo and 4 for the assault. It's 9 points to AJ. Nakamura will get the same 9 plus 3 out of chair use is 12. And 1 for the Kinshasa is 13 points to Shinsuke. And I minimized the thing. Let's fix that.
That's a load of bullshit.
Where
does Daniel Bryan live?
I don't know.
Because I thought they lived in, like, Vegas or some shit.
Hang on.
Because according to Wikipedia, it says they live here. I'm like, wait, what? They live here?
He is from Aberdeen.
He is, but I thought they moved somewhere between Washington and Arizona because, you know, Bree's from Arizona. I thought they moved somewhere like Nevada somewhere.
I don't know, but now you threw me all the fuck off. What did I say? Shinsuke had 13? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And I don't know.
Oh, I gotta look this up.
Yeah, Bree says the same thing. Resident Seattle, Washington.
They moved here. I did not know he lived here. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I learned something.
Wow, that's fucking sad. Like there's a video that's on the Bella Twins YouTube channel of the Danielsons moving into their new house from their show Total Bellas.
Yeah.
And it opened up with an ad for WWE Elite Squad action figures.
Uh-huh.
So Zack Ryder is now reduced to Zack Ryder is now reduced to hawking action figures with Kurt Hawkins.
Oh, you saw that? That's actually a really good ad, actually. I actually watched the ad in its entirety at one point. I was like, hey, that's not a bad ad. That's pretty good. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish this up.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Sorry, I was looking up Daniel Bryan's move set. That's why I was on his Wikipedia page, because I wanted to see if they had put the heel hook as his finishing, because it's like his new finishing move.
It is. They did.
And that they did. And that's when I noticed the whole residency. I'm like, wait, he lives here?
Yeah. Anyway. So all that happened. So next up, Gallows and Anderson proceed to cut a promo on the Usos in the ring as they get prepared for a match, saying that they respect the Usos, but the Usos already blew their title opportunity against the Bludgeon Brothers, and they need to move away. The Usos slap their mics away and say that they're now in the Uso Penitentiary.
Oh, they just moved to Seattle. That's why I didn't know about it. Fair enough. Because I was right, because I just noticed on the Toll Bellas, they did move to Phoenix. So, yeah, they did move elsewhere. And I guess they just moved up here. I guess, I don't know, they want Birdie to grow up here. That's fair. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So the Usos set the mics away, say they're in the Uso Penitentiary. Gallows and Anderson reply that they don't see a couple of jailers, what they see is a couple of nerds. And this prompts the Usos to punch them in the face. They brawl out to the ringside area, and then the ref manages to get them back in the ring and calls for an opening bell, and we have ourselves a tag team match player.
All points to me.
With the winning team going on to face the Bludgeon Brothers for the tag team titles at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
And the winners are Too Sweet.
Yep. Gallows and Anderson with a win off of the Magic Killer. So the Usos are going to get 5 points each for competing and 2 moves each. And 7 points to each Uso. And 5 for the promo. It's 12 points to each Uso.
I would laugh my ass off if the ending to that title match is AJ Styles literally out of nowhere coming off the top rope. Phenomenal forearm. Rolls out of the ring.
Uh-huh.
And then whoever the legal man is, boom, 1, 2, 3. The club wins.
Yeah. No, that's 69. And what did I just say? $12 points. Okay. Which means that's going to be 90 for that Uso. Okay. So let's see here. Who was legal here? Anderson got the pinfall, and that pinfall was on Jay. Not that that matters. But so Gallows will get 15 points for being on the winning team. He'll get 5 for competing as 20, and 2 moves is 22 points to Big Luke. Let's see, 7 is 57. Anderson gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and 1 move is 26 points to Carl Anderson. Is 53, and 6 is 59. Bam. All right. Next up, Naomi goes out to the ring and has a one-on-one match against Sonya Deville, which she proceeds to win. Off of Naomi dodging a Superman punch and rolling her up.
Which I call bullshit on because Sonya Deville should have, like, kicked her ass.
Yeah. She didn't feel the glow. Or she did feel the glow, depending on your perspective.
Yeah. I mean, really, you're asking me to buy Naomi being able to defeat a UFC fighter? I'm like, yeah, no, I don't buy that for a goddamn second. No offense to Naomi, but I'm sorry. Sonya Deville's an MMA fighter. You're not beating her. Anyway, continue.
Yes. So, let's see here. Interestingly, I don't see any indication of the other one being here. Do we know if she was accompanied?
Who? Sonya?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't remember.
All right, well, who's the other one?
Mandy Rose.
Thank you.
I don't know if she was or not. You'd have to look it up, but
I'll give Mandy an accompaniment.
Sure.
And Sonya gets 5 points for being in the match. That's about it. And then Naomi gets 20 points for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and 4 moves is 29 points to Naomi. Is 72 and 9 is 81. Anyway. So next up, Jeff Hardy's in the back for an interview with Renee Young, where he talks about all the things that he knows how to do to a ladder and with a ladder, but that he's going to take things one step at a time and has to focus on Daniel Bryan tonight. Samoa Joe then comes out to do commentary for the main event. Some commentary points to Joe. And then we're going to go ahead and have ourselves a main event match between Jeff Hardy and Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
With the winner getting a spot in the Money, getting a chance to fight Joe next week for a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
From what I understand, this was a hell of a match. Saw the very end of it, but I did not actually see the full match. I kind of want to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it sounds like it, except Jeff didn't get a whole lot of signature offense in.
Which makes sense if they're trying to protect the injured leg, to let it heal.
Yeah.
Which they kind of played into that because Bryan busted out the heel hook.
Yeah, Bryan was targeting the leg all match.
So it makes sense.
Yep. Jeff did manage to pull out a Whisper in the Wind, though.
Which is fair.
So yeah, Daniel Bryan wins via heel hook. So Jeff will get himself 5 points for being in this match, and 4 for being in the main event is 9, and 1 move is 10 points to Jeff Hardy. And then Daniel Bryan will get 20 points for winning this match. He'll get 9 for being in and winning the main event is 29. 5 for competing is 34. 4 moves is 38 points to Daniel Bryan. 92 is 0212.
Okay.
222. Why did they move away?
Well, if the title of one of Bree's videos is to go by, Bree is worried Winston and Josie will be eaten by coyotes.
Ah.
Yeah, you don't want your dogs eaten by coyotes, and they're kind of prevalent down in Arizona, so yeah, moving up here, probably a good move for the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much of a chance of them getting eaten by anything up here.
I don't know. I mean, you're on the border with Canada. There's some nasty shit in Canada.
Seattle's not on the border.
Well, no, but the state of Washington is.
Yeah, but they're living down here in Seattle, so there's not much chance of being eaten by anything out here, to be honest.
You're going to get eaten by ravenous millennials that didn't get their grande coffee.
Yes. And then again, they do kind of live out in the middle of nowhere on a lake somewhere, so there are animals out there probably.
Yeah, and I would also point out to you, and I'm ashamed that I'm going to make this reference. I'm very ashamed to make this reference.
Okay.
But yeah, there is a big risk of things getting eaten because if you believe certain popular booked into movie franchises, there's a lot of werewolves that they're eating them and vampires drinking their blood. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to justify that with an actual response.
I appreciate that. I'm just saying. I'm a librarian. I have to know literature, and that takes place in Forks. Sorry.
That's fine. You are the book guy, so you are excused for that.
Anyway, so after the match, Samoa Joe grabs a mic and proceeds to call out to Bryan. He goes down and gets to the ring and gets in Bryan's face, and it reminds him that next week Bryan has to go through him in a Money in the Bank qualifying match, which will be their first time meeting in a WWE ring. Joe leaves Bryan in the ring, and the crowd does a yes chant. And when Joe gets to the back, he's interviewed briefly where he says that next week, Daniel Bryan will go to sleep. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, promo to Samoa Joe.
Yep.
Woohoo, more points for me. Wait, no, I don't have Joe. Yeah, I do. I took Joe back, didn't I?
Yep.
Joe is gonna kill you. Actually, no, he won't. Daniel will probably win.
Yep. All right, so there you go. Let's check the scores.
Wait, that means I'm probably getting the main event this week too, aren't I?
Yep.
Sweet.
So still in the lead is me at 37.04, followed by
Yeah.
Jeff at 34.63 and Tiff at 32.28.
It's pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
And over to 205 Live, where I believe I get the main event of that show too.
I think so, yeah. Actually, yeah, you do. Oh.
There's only 2 matches, and I'm the second one.
Yep. All right, let's go over to the 205 Live.
Let's.
All right. 205 opens with a video package focusing on Hideo Itami's WWE career, what led to his breakup with former tag team partner Akira Tozawa. We get Drew Gulak in an earlier recorded on-location promo saying that the journey of 1,000,000 miles starts with a single step, and tonight we take a step toward a better 205 Live when he faces a member of Lucha House Party. He'll prove that you can flip or dive, but when you step to him, you will tap out. What?
I said, Lucha, Lucha, Lucha.
You don't even have them.
Huh?
You don't even have them.
I know. I don't have either person here.
Nope.
They're trying to turn Drew Gulak into, like, a new Daniel Bryan, aren't they?
Kind of. So Gulak gets a promo. All right. It's 3, 4, 5 is 222. Save us 222. Then
He's too old to save us.
Yeah. He's never too old to save us.
He's too busy in Japan to save us.
That is accurate.
He's saving Japan right now.
He is. By calling their legend a fucking piece of shit.
He's a Canadian. What do you expect?
Yeah, I know. Anyway, Kendrick and Gallagher come out to do commentary for this match.
Also, I point out, that's kind of how he debuted in WWE.
Yeah.
He came out calling The Rock a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
So anyway, Kendrick and Gallagher get commentary points.
There.
And Gentleman Jack.
Also, since we're speaking about that debut, I'd like to point out, this was very interesting to me because I was watching someone reacting to that debut. I don't know why they were reacting to it now, but they were doing it, and I haven't seen that in so long. And so I watched it, and of course they had the video in there. And listening to what Jericho was saying, I had to hard face palm because literally with Jericho's promo, he was basically describing the WWE at the time, and literally it sounds like he's describing WWE as it is now. Like word for word. I'm sitting here thinking, wow, in fucking 20 years, nothing has changed. What the fuck? I'm like, or well, a little less than 20 years, but still 18 years. I'm like, wow, just wow. Like literally, if it wasn't for the fact he was cutting it on The Rock and the way he looks, you would swear, if you were just listening to it and not watching it, you would be swear that is Jericho cutting a promo about the WWE as it is now. I had to face palm. I was like, wow.
Yep. Anyway, So Drew Gulak defeats Grand Metalik with a Gulak.
Mm-hmm.
Kalisto and Dorado get accompaniment points, by the way.
Fair.
All right. So Grand Metalik is going to get 5 points for competing in one move, and 6 points to Grand Metalik. Drew Gulak is going to get 20 points for winning this match. 5 for competing is 25. And 4 moves is 29 points to Drew Gulak. It's 42 and 9. And 51. All right. Buddy Murphy then cuts a promo saying that Owen trains and works harder than him. That's why he's beaten everybody that he's faced on 205 Live, and why he'll beat Cedric Alexander, because you can't beat the unstoppable. So you can't stop the unstoppable. Sorry. Promo to Buddy Murphy.
Hey, I hope he does. That means more points for me.
Quite.
Buddy Murphy.
All right.
Boy, am I glad I got stuck with him. Jeez.
Uh-huh. TJP squashes a jobber with a detonation kick.
Okay, so match +1 for TJP.
Yep, 26 to TJP.
Didn't even realize it was a third match. Fair enough.
Yep, it was quick.
What they've done with TJP makes me sad because I like TJP.
After the squash, TJP gets interviewed by Dasha Fuentes about his recent social media whining. He says that he's the best technical wrestler in the world, and he single-handedly put the cruiserweights on the map, and he wants better cruiserweight competition from Drake Maverick and respect from management.
The best technical wrestler, huh? Why don't you go to SmackDown and put that on the line, buddy? Because I think Daniel Bryan would like to have a word with you. Put your money where your mouth is, boy. And let the wild man from the forests and the lakes of Seattle, Washington, beat some sense into you.
He's from Aberdeen.
He lives in Seattle now.
Huh.
And it's close enough. The description still fits, okay?
Fair. Anyway, where the hell? Who the fuck was I giving points to?
TJP.
Thank you.
It was either TJP or Buddy Murphy. I can't remember.
No, it's TJP. We're fine. Moving on. The announcers talk up how Ali and Cedric were beloved during the European tour by the European fans. This segues into Vic Joseph sitting down with Cedric Alexander for an interview where he denies that he's feeling any pressure, saying that he's dealt with WrestleMania, so Buddy Murphy will be just another day at the office. There's no way he'll lose in his home state in front of his friends and family.
Oh, God, he's losing.
He's not worried about Murphy having a size advantage because people forget he had to cut weight to join the division. Plus, he's had time to adjust to the loss of stamina you experience from cuts. Cedric also was concerned with all the guys Buddy's beaten because the roster is full of talented, hungry competitors. He'll show the Aussie and all of them that this is the age of Alexander.
I have a feeling he's going to lose just by that sheer fact of, it's in my hometown, in front of my friends and family. Like, yeah, you're losing. And especially if they're making him this cocky, he is going to lose. Because I don't see them completely burying Buddy like that. I really don't. Because with Alexander this cocky, if he loses, then you just completely buried the guy. I don't know. What do you think, Jim?
I think Buddy Murphy gets pissed off and gets himself disqualified.
That I could see. But I don't know if they would do that.
Anyway. So Dasha catches up with Akira Tozawa backstage, and he says he respected Hideo, but Hideo didn't respect him. And if Itami didn't like him as a partner, he really won't like him as an opponent. Promo to Tozawa.
Mm-hmm. Did you get the promo to Cedric?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I did.
Why are you all the way down there?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh. Look at the wrong numbers. Ha, idiot. E21 and E30. E1.
E30 is Alexander.
Yeah, okay.
So you did give him points then?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Then what the fuck did I do? Hang on.
Problems?
Something weird happened. That's Cedric.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh.
No, I got it. I know what happened. I got confused. That wasn't 21. That was 121. Okay.
Fair.
All right. Rolling along.
Mm-hmm.
We then have our main event match, which is Hideo Itami versus Akira Tozawa, and Hideo wins with a front face lock stunner knee strike. He's got a new finisher. They're not letting him GTS anymore.
Because he keeps hurting people with it?
Probably. Yeah, his new finisher is, I don't know if I can describe this properly here. It's an inverted face lock spun into a 3/4 face lock single knee face breaker.
Okay, then. Let me go to the YouTubes and watch the match, because now I have to see this thing. Double E.
Imagine it this way. Imagine it this way. It's an inverted twist of fate, except instead of spinning you around into a neck breaker, he spins you around into a face buster on his knee.
Oh, shit.
What?
Okay, so it's a reverse twist of fate into a stunner. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's a reverse twist of fate into a knee stunner.
Yeah.
Into kind of a stunner code breaker. That's interesting.
Yep.
I am pretty certain he devised that move, because it seems like it's a go to sleep. It's a modified go to sleep is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of awesome. I think he needs to practice it a little bit more, though, to make it faster. Because I think if he can make it faster, it'll look fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But right now it's kind of slow, and it's probably because he doesn't really know how to do the move. He's working on it.
Right, which is fair. So yeah, Tommy dominated early, but Tozawa got back in when Tommy taunted too much instead of finishing. Akira wouldn't stay down even after a Super Falcon arrow, but when he missed a senton after connecting with a Tope Suicida, he got hit with missile drop kicks and set up for the finish. So Tozawa will get 5 points for competing, and 4 for being in the main event is 9 points to Tozawa. And Hideo Itami will get 20 points for winning, 9 for being in and winning the main event is 29, 5 for competing is 34, and 4 moves is 38 points to Itami.
No.
Eight, 48, 58, and 2 is exactly 60. All right. And there's 205 Live.
Fair. And the final scores for the week. And Jim is being silent. Oh, it's all gone silent over there. Unless
I was
Jim
saying.
There you are. Were you having headset issues again?
Yep, so I am in the lead at 37-64. The Woken Warriors, followed by the Glorious Guys at 35-25. Followed at 32-59 by the Legit Rowdy Architects. All right. Let's go to the leaderboards. Top of the leaderboards is still Seth freaking Rollins in a comfortable lead at 473. Intercontinental Champion, followed by the U.S. Champion Jeff Hardy at 348. Monster Strongman Braun Strowman is at 337, followed by Drew Gulak of the Cruiserweight division at 251. Finn Balor coming in at 236, followed by Daniel Bryan at 222. AJ Styles, the WWE Champion, at 219, followed by one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Woken Matt Hardy at 218. Roman Reigns, a big dog, coming in at 205 Live. And rounding out the top 10 is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Carmella, at 198, just barely edging out Kevin Owens by a point.
Well, that tells the tale right there. That's why you're in such a comfortable lead. You literally have half of the top 14.
I have the top 10.
Yep, and you have half the top 14. So that's why you have that comfortable lead. All right. Damn, son.
Yep. All right.
Maybe I shouldn't have let you take Team Cammy.
Well, there you go. So, with that, this has been the week in WWE programming and fantasy scoring. We'll see you next week for the news on Friday, the usual shenanigans on Saturday, with more joint participation from the whole group on time. It'll be fun. We'll enjoy it. We'll see you then, folks.